This is the singing show, and I'm your host, Mr. Dave Rotslow. This is the show where we interview special guests through song. Won't you come along? Hey everybody, welcome to the singing show. Today we have a very special guest, a dear friend who I've known for 30 freaking years.
30 years.
My good friend Ethan Stoller.
That's 3 decades of Ethan
Welcome.
friendship.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dave.
This is a show about singing and music. How did you start your relationship with music?
My real relationship with music, I believe, started with my brother Jack. You know Jack.
I do.
My older brother, he taught me about music when I was young. He was curious and I was young. He played a lot of records and I played a lot of records. We would make joint medleys. One song, another song, another song, another song, clipped together on cassette tape. Long time ago, long time ago. My love for music never stopped. In fact, it grew since then.
And you and I have worked on some music together back in the old days. I guess I don't really have a question, but that was so cool, wasn't it?
Some of my greatest memories from high school, college, are with you and writing songs and listening to them. You were always the more talented and more creative.
I protest, I protest.
But it's true. Listen to the tape and you'll know too.
And about 10 years ago, you and I released our separate debut solo record.
Separate records.
Yours was cover songs by Frank Lesser and Dr. Frank, two of your favorite songwriters.
Frank and Frank.
What were some highlights of that record for you?
My favorite songs on the record happen to be ones by Dr. Frank, who was the main songwriter for a band called the Mr. T Experience. I wrote a disco version of one of his punk rock songs that I thought sounded kinda good. I also made a version of Baby It's Cold Outside with some creepy chipmunky lyrics and some deep, scary lyrics. I did both, and it was creepy, kind of funny. People liked it, but nobody bought it, except my mom, who bought 8 copies.
I think I bought one or two.
I didn't give you one for free.
I hope you did, but I think I bought another one too.
That sounds like you. And I bought yours, and I still listen to most of it.
So you are a songwriter and a student of good songwriting. This is a very important question that I want to ask you. What makes a good song?
I don't think there's only one answer to that question, because some songs, I would say, depend more on lyrics married to music in a perfect way. But other songs depend more on emotions, and they sound really good by themselves without an intellectual component. But my favorite songs are probably the ones where the music and the lyrics fit together really kindly.
You've worked with some musicians as a producer. What are some of the albums and musicians you've worked with in the past?
My very first production was Arthemira, who has a beautiful singing voice. I've also worked with Jessica Fogel, who is a zowie, crazy great songwriter. We had fun on her album. It was very experimental. Lots of genres, from operatic, symphonic, to cute and soft, and strange and loud and jazzy.
So you and I come from the great city of Chicago.
Chicago.
In fact, let's sing an ode to Chicago together.
Let's do it. Take a walk down Michigan Avenue, past the Art Institute and over to Millennium Park. You'll see the Bean and the lake and Frank Gehry's architecture. Maybe catch a show at the Schubert. Take the 151 bus a little bit north. Get off at Chicago Avenue, where they'll let you walk to the Museum of Contemporary Art.
Ethan Stoller, thank you so much for joining us on the singing show.
That went by so fast.
And it was a pleasure to have you.
It's a pleasure to see you,
my buddy.
I love you, man.
I love you.
Mwah.
And thank you all for watching. Hope to see you again sometime soon.
Goodbye.